Hello everyone and welcome to my preview of Sandown Hillside tomorrow. Going to be a cracking card, 9 races on it and a few good ones going around. So we're going to get straight on with it. Rails out 6, shouldn't affect the track too much. It's going to be a nice good track, so it'll be easier for us to do the form, won't it? So we're going to get straight on with race number 1 now. It's a 7-horse field, a 3-year-old benchmark 70 over the 1,000 metres. We'll start, as always, by looking at the key chances. Fishin has to carry the big weight, but it was close to winning last time. We'd just beaten by Rich Fortune with the lighter weight, as you can see there. Was okay behind Red Card and Juice before that. So Fishin wasn't my on-top selection. This one's the one I'm interested in. Its name is Bistro. Now, showed very good 2-year-old form. Probably had enough by the time it came to the Quizette. And Matty Cartwright goes on tomorrow. Claims the 1.5 kilos. It'll be on speed from gate 1. It'll be leading, I think. Hopefully it can hold on. They'll be flying out it late. The Guava I thought was over the odds. Laura Lafferty claims 3. I reckon it's a really good chance. But it will be a long way off Bistro. It'll be coming at it late, but just how far back it'll get is a concern. Put up with EIPH last start behind She Dances, and before that behind Red Card was very encouraging first up. Capital Theatre I thought was also over the odds from Sydney. It can do well. Lon's Delight, Ethan Brown, Clinton McDonald. Thought it was over the odds at $19. All Sassed Up is a bit of a watch and see because I'm not sure really what it's going to do. It hasn't shown much. It's been behind Crosswinds and Nana Guy, defeating Bello Bow at the Valley and the St. Albans. And then before that, the Magic Millions 2-year-old classic, it was okay. It's off a long let-off, so J Car, 55.5 kilos on speed, will do pretty well. How many winners get from last tips put out? Last week we got 2 winners, Exploring in the first and Corner Pocket in race number 6. So in the first race, I'm with Bistro. It's the favourite. I think it will just win. And if it's improved from that 2-year-old campaign, it'll just make it win by more. So I don't think it's too short, and Bistro is for me. This will take no time at all. Race 2 is a benchmark 100 over the 1,700 metres. And the main chance is this one, Detonator Jack. It is group class. Even though it just got over the top of Pounding here. Pounding had the 51 kilos, has come out since and won. And this was off a really fast speed. Detonator Jack was a long way back and really revved home late to finish right next to Pounding. So Detonator Jack should be winning. Gate 6, we'll probably have to get back to last, but we'll be close enough to swoop over the lot of them, and it should be just better than these. Apart from that, I think my second pick would have to be Sosi Bond with J Car going on. But in race number 2, I'm with Detonator Jack, and I think most people will be as well. Race number 3 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,400 metres, and this one, there's 2 main chances, but we'll get onto some of the main chances now. I thought his Exceptional was under the odds. I thought its last start win against Victory Bay was very, very easy. Just got it handed to. It just lobbed on the slowest of speeds up the front and was able to just fend them off. Jet Stanley claims the 3 kilos, and it could lob on a slow speed again, but I don't reckon the jockeys will let that happen again. If it does, it'll be hard to beat, but I thought it was too short considering that. My Yankee Girl, J Car, goes on this horse, which is surprising because she was on Invincible Caviar when My Yankee Girl got done for the whip. This horse can win. Step up to 1,400 is good. Gate 5 can settle closer, third up. Really no knock at all on My Yankee Girl. I think it's a clear second pick. So Risque comes through the same race. Was not too bad behind Invincible Caviar, but I think we'll need to improve a couple of lengths to turn the tables on My Yankee Girl. Race 2, Quinella Detonator Jack, Imperial Lad. Yeah, that could work, but I prefer Sosi Bon. Sosi Bon, and who was the other one? Yeah, Imperial Lad. You can do that. This one is my value of the day. Its name is Serious Liaison. Now, if you look back at its form from Australia, it won a race on 1,000 Guineas Day, I'm pretty sure. Not 1,000 Guineas Day. It was the Wednesday, which 1,000 Guineas Day is now on, but back then it wasn't. That was a really good win. This horse has got some potential. It won at Sha Tin in a rating 80. And that's actually a pretty good race over there. So this horse, I think, is over the odds. It's a 6-year-old. owned by C.A. Hutchison, who we all know. J Mott on. It might need a run, as you can see. First up record, not great. But I think at $18 is way over the odds. This is my on-top selection, though. Its name is Worsfold for D. Oliver. Gate 2, it'll settle. Well, we don't really know. It misses the start sometimes, so if that happens, it'll be back and buried. But if not, it should be in a prominent position. Was a very good win defeating Caesar and Standoff last start at Sandown, and if it reproduces that, it should be winning this race. So for race number 3 at Sandown, I'm with Worsfold. I think it deserves to be favourite over My Yankee Girl, and I've got it on top. The value is Serious Liaison. It's not wearing those colours tomorrow, but that's the colours it used to wear, and obviously that's the Oliver roaring at home. That is race number 3. Race number 4 is a Fillies and Mares benchmark 70 over the 1,600 metres. This, another wide open race. And as we take a look, this one I think is a tad over the odds. It's La Spezia. Now, a lot of people are saying back in distance is a bad thing, but I reckon it's a good thing. I just think it found 2,000 a bit too far last time, and obviously it had the big weight. Craig Williams got it sort of held up. Wasn't really the best night for it. Probably prefer to see it on a heavy track, but it's 3 from 9 on a good track, so it doesn't really matter. Hannah Edgley claims the 3 kilos, and from gate 11 will be on speed. So I think La Spezia is slightly over the odds. So you see, this is a big player. J Mott, 60 kilos, gate 1. Gate 1, I don't like, but because it's Sandown, it's all right. Defeated Liberated Girl 2 back easily and pulled up with EOPH and race wide without cover last start. So this horse has still got a lot of potential, as we know from its early days, and it can win, definitely can win. Dane on Tour defeated Liberated Girl last start, although Liberated Girl had some issues that day. Dane on Tour had the fitness advantage that day and a softer run for D. Oliver. But I still think it can win. I don't think it's as good of a chance as Liberated Girl, however. J Carr, 56 kilos. Gate 6 can settle closer. Third up is ready to peak, and I reckon it's a pretty good chance, Liberated Girl. So those are the main players. And in race number 4 at Sandown, I am with Liberated Girl, just over So You See. I had a very hard time splitting them. It's out of them two. I just think third up, J Carr on Liberated Girl can settle a tad closer and can do well. La Spezia, I think, is slightly over the odds at $26. So that is race number 4 at Sandown. Worsfold, bad gate's the only reason it's gone back. So I'm just hoping it jumps okay and can put itself in a position to win. And if it does that, I think we all know what's going to happen. Race number 5 is a benchmark 84 over the 1,000 metres. Again, maybe a one-act affair here. On the lead, will probably run well. It's coming down from Sydney. Brett Prebble. Starry Legend, we know what that does. It just goes to the front. Najem Suhail, I think, can run well. If Inundation wasn't in this race, Najem Suhail would have been my clear top pick. But it is in this race. Inundation broke the track record last start at the Valley for J Carr. Just raced away from Unflinching, who's a quick horse first up. Doesn't have to lead. J Carr can let Starry Legend and Najem Suhail cross her and she can be behind them, or she can kick up and be lead or outside lead. She's got options. It's a $1.45 favourite. Out of it and Detonator Jack, I think this one's probably a bit more safer. And don't really need to show you this, but I will anyway. Inundation's my top pick in race number 5. Won't spend too much time on that race because we all know what's going to happen. Race number 6 is a benchmark 70 over the 1,300 metres, and this one, again, wide open. We'll go down to the key chances. Bellinger, good form race. It was behind last start, Vermentino and Miso. It's probably a tad over the odds at $11. Daily Bugle's a very interesting one. I haven't got it marked as short as it is. It was a very good win first up, and it's been trialling, and it's been gelded, so it's been trialling well as well. It draws gate 11, which I'm not a big fan of because it'll have to get right back again or risk being 3 wide no cover midfield. It's going to have to loop the entire field again. It's up in class, so at the price, I'm happy to take it on. But I've took on favourites in the past, like couple of weeks, and they've won. So don't listen to me on that. The horse that is over the odds in this race by far is Bongale. Had no luck behind Magnum Bullet at the Valley last start. And before that, it was behind Invincible Caviar, and it was an okay run. But I just think now Sandown, big track, up to 1300. Logan McNeil on. Brett Zarafa loves this horse. It's on the trial show, so I'm sure that it'll be running well, and it is over the odds. Just Jono is probably the one that I sort of have to not be with in amongst the market chances. Was good behind Invincible Caviar. Has had 5 weeks between runs, so must have taken a lot out of it. Jared Fry on gate 2, not ideal. Micro, I'm sticking fat with this horse. I've got this horse on top. I had it at Flemington behind. He's exceptional. Ben Mellum, it missed the start by a length and a half, and then he just flew up the inside and got trapped. J-Car on, and J-Car's horses hardly ever miss the start, so I'm confident with that. I think Micro can get to midfield or so in front of Daily Bugle, and I think Sandown, big track. The only query is that it will want further, and I don't like it back in distance, but I just think it's going to get a good run tomorrow, and it's going to take a long time to wind up down the Sandown straight, and we'll be getting there late, and I think it's over the odds. Only won 1 from 15, but I think that can change tomorrow. Mary McBoy's the other interesting one. Beat Alpha Flight pretty comfortably last start. That was back in August. Alpha Flight started favourite for a race on Melbourne Cup Day, so not terrible form. Linda Meach on, it's a front runner. I think that one is also very good, and all the Gouchies are in it. I love the Gouchies. Race number 6 at Sandown. I think Micro and Mary McBoy, definitely the 2 to beat, and over the odds, Vongale. So keep those in mind, but I'm slightly leaning towards Micro considering the price, and I think it's over the odds. Race number 7 is a benchmark 70 over the 1800 metres, and any horse could win this race when doing the form. Independent Road, I thought, was a tad under the odds. Just saying. Tasman Park, look, it's 1-3 on the trot. Jamie Mott goes off because they want to, get a lighter weight with Hannah Edgley. It'll be on speed. It'll be there again. Has to go up in class again. And I couldn't really have it at a favourite price, like $4. So I'm happy to take on Tasman Park at the price. I think it's a great chance, but at the price, just no. This is the one I've got on top. It's the Nephew. Now, Campbell Rawilla claims the 2 down to 60 kilos. It's ready to win. Paddy Payne, you know what he's like. Was good behind Right You Are and Spanish Kiss last start from the back. Blinkers first time is what I'm really keen on. Draws gate 4 will get back, but hopefully will loop the field late. And I think this horse is ready to win. Very close behind Aaron Bay, 2 back as well. We Take Manhattan gave St. Lawrence a scare last week. It'll be right there. River Plate is the other one that is my second pick. It was, some say disappointing, but I'd say it was okay behind Rambler Rebel. I thought it should have gone past it, but through the line it was actually pretty strong. So I don't think 1800 is my main query. The main query with River Plate is the map. Now, it draws gate 9, so to work forward, and it's a long run down the 1800 metre start, but there are a lot of horses that go forward in this race, and there are a lot of horses that drawn inside of it that will go sort of on pace as well. So River Plate will either risk getting trapped wide or will have to go further back, which I don't necessarily like. Did beat Obfuscation 2 back, which has come out and won at Flemington. River Plate, I had it marked around its right price, and I think it's equal favourites with Tasman Park. I'm not too sure now. I was at Cranbourne the day that Huguenot won. Don't know how it did it, just lobbed on the fence and won. So keep that safe. It might be anything, or it might have just been a fluke. Desperado, also I think is a chance. I don't know what happened here, so that might be a steer clear, but maybe that was a bit of the second up syndrome off of this run. So if that's the case, it's a good chance. I've talked about nearly every horse because it's such a wide open race, but I am with the Nephew at $6. I just think it's ready to win. It's ready to win, and say nothing more. Race number 8 is a benchmark 84 over the 2400 metres. Benchmark 78, I should say. Second pick in the race for me is Pesto. Was good behind Right You Are and Spanish Kiss last start. Has to carry the big weight for Logan McNeil, but gate 3 will be closer than it was last time and have, every chance. Never Again, placed behind Persan and Noble Heights last start. It won 2 back at the same track and trip, so keep it safe. There's a lot of chances in this race. Made by Khan. We'll probably have to... Well, it says it goes forward, so if it rolls forward, it might risk getting trapped 3 wide, no cover from gate 16. Spanish Kiss, I thought, was over the odds at $15, considering it beat Pesto last start. And Pesto's, $9.50, and Spanish Kiss is $15. Craig knew it sticks. It'll be on speed from gate 7. Good chance. Who else we got? Credit Crunch comes down from Sydney. Matt Smith doesn't bring them down here for nothing, but it just draws a bit wide for J Car. It'll likely be midfield, and the barrier put me off. So unusual. I thought it was a brave win last start at the Valley in a Class 1. Was heavily favoured that day, $2 into $1.85 late. The main concern is gate 1 in a 14-horse field, which it's 18 now, but there's 4 emergencies, so it's a 14-horse field. It'll need clear luck in running, but it's got potential, and I'm not totally writing it off. I think it's a chance. But my on-top selection is Wahine Tawa. Won at this class last start, beating Sule Nawash and Kaituku with the 52.5. Now carries the 53.5. Gate 2 will be on speed. It'll be there again, giving its all. And I think it's a good chance to repeat the dose. And I just think it's fit enough now to go on with it. As we see, it was second up here where it maybe just peaked on its run late. This one, it was good. And I think this one can go even better. Race 8 at Sandown. I'm with Wahine Tawa, the favourite. I think it'll win. All right. Now the last. This is interesting because I've had a lot of chop and change with my top selection. Race number 9 is a benchmark 70 over the 1,000 metres. And we'll start with unflinching. The more I look at the gate, the more I think it's a bit sticky. They only have one bend at the 1,000 metre mark, but still not ideal. It's a very quick horse. Peaked on its run late behind Inundation last start, first up. Second up can go well. It's a pretty good chance, and I've got it definitely in my top 3. Larkham, I think, is over the odds coming from Adelaide. Was good in a benchmark 68 last start. Campbell Rawilla takes the ride. Ryan Balfour won't send him over here if he's not a good chance of winning. Gate 6 will be on speed and doing its best. Kev's Girl knows only one way, and that is to lead at a frantic tempo. This is the horse that will kick up inside of unflinching unless it misses the start. I thought it was way over the odds and was going to make it like on my Google Slides document on Wednesday. It was at $16. Now it's into $8.50, so the value has drained right out of it. So not keen on it anymore. I was keen on it when it was $16, but no. This is my on-top selection, All About Eve. Now, I'll know within the first 100 metres if I'm a chance because it's all about how it jumps. Because here at Flemington, it didn't jump well. It was too far back and couldn't get into it. Johnny Allen takes the ride where he's won 2 on her in the last 3. Gate 5, hopefully it jumps well enough to be midfield or just worse. And they go fast enough for a back marker to steam over the top. And, well, we know what it's done here. It's been winning. And it's just been getting there on the line. So hopefully it can repeat the dose here. I think All About Eve is an okay chance. And Luna Cat draws too wide for me to be confident. But I think it's got the class. So race 9 at Sandown. I'm with All About Eve. I think it's over the odds at $8. And I think it's worth something. All right. Now we'll go to a different screen now because I'll show you what this is. We're doing the back sack and crack like they do on Get On. So back selling above $10. I'm with Serious Liaison coming from Hong Kong. If it's ready first up, it'll run well. My sack is Tasman Park at the price. Wide open race, up in class from its last start win. Like to see it do it first. And crack Detonator Jack into Inundation. And I think that's paying about $2.10, which still isn't a lot. But if I was going to pick one out of those two, it's probably Inundation. All right, now got a multi here. I've got Detonator Jack the win, into Inundation the win, into Micro the place, into All About Eve the place. So that's 4 legs at $13.62 at the moment. That was odds correct at about 1 o'clock today. And also here, I've done some quaddies. So for the early quaddie, we're going 1 out in the first leg, Detonator Jack. In the second leg, we've got My Yankee girl's So Risque, Serious Liaison, and Worsfold. So leaving out He's Exceptional. Um, the third leg we got So You See, Date on Tour, and Liberated Girl, and one out Inundation. So $100 is 833%, $10 is 83.33%. So that's good. And the quaddie, this is very hard. That's why I put a lot in there. So in the first leg, we've got Daily Bugle, Vongole, Just Jono, Micro, and Merry Mac Boy. Second leg, we've got Tasman Park. I'm throwing it in there just in case I'm wrong. The Nephew, River Plate, and Desperado. Third leg, we've got Pesto. We've got Spanish Kiss, Credit Crunch, So Unusual, Wahine Toa. And in the last leg, Unflinching, Larkham, Kev's Girl, All About Eve, and Luna Cat. So $100 equals 20% and $10 equals 2%. So very wide in the quaddie, very skinny in the early quaddie. Hopefully one or two of those can get up and we can have a good day. So that's going to do it. One more question. We'll not leave Black Queen out. Black Queen's a very interesting runner. I didn't know how to treat that horse. That's why I didn't mention it. But Chris Waller wouldn't send it down here for nothing. I mean, he's got a Flemington stable, but first up hasn't won. Will probably be better suited over further. Minimum distance is 2,000 metres. So if it wins, it wins. I'm happy to be off it. But that's going to do it for me. I'll see you a lot next week I think we're racing at Flemington next week. So I'll see you then. But until then, bye for now.